like so much taller than me.
I'm not taller than you though.
No, but probably in the picture in the video I will
Because
be...
you're slouching.
Yeah, I'm not good with my posture.
Alright, so let's begin.
Yes!
Welcome to Anything Goes Hokkaidō podcast. I'm Delaina.
I'm Shinya.
And we are your hosts, and this is our first official video. We did a trial at Fabulous the other day,
Yes.
which was fabulous, but a little noisy. So, where are we today, Shinya?
Yes, so I'm living in a share house, currently in Sapporo, and there is a little bit of a study room, I would say, and we are doing our first actual podcast in the study room here at my share house.
So, I've never lived in a share house.
Yeah.
What is it like?
So I've met many people firstly in Australia that lived in share houses. However, this share house is owned by a company that owns many other share houses in Hokkaido, I would say, yes. It is very good if you would like to study a language. There is lots of language exchange at this share house. It's mainly Japanese and English.
Okay.
Quite a few French people that lived here or that live here now as well. So some people learn a little bit of French language, not necessarily good words, but yes.
Okay,
but
I see what you mean.
It's fun. It's fun. There's many weeks we have some sort of food party. We always say nabe party, which is like a hot pot party.
Yeah, nabe.
Yes, and this share house in particular, I chose this place because it has a rooftop. We say okujo in Japanese, rooftop where you can have a barbecue during summertime. So
Ooh, wow.
that is really, really nice.
I guess it's covered in snow right now.
Most of it has melted actually already.
Okay, so you can actually go up there.
Probably next month, end of mid or end of next month, we will probably start having barbecues.
Right. Wow.
We had barbecues at least once a month last year during warm, how do I say, not winter. So
Right.
yes.
Not a lot of warm weather in Hokkaido.
Yes. Yes.
Period.
So yes, if you'd like to do language exchange, it's usually a little bit cheaper than having your own apartment or we say mansion in Japan. So
Right.
yes, just one thing is that you do share a kitchen, living room and bathroom with some other share mates.
Okay.
But other than that, a little bit cheaper, language exchange, parties.
All right.
It's good for young people, I would
Is
say.
the average age your college age?
Not necessarily. There's quite a few people in the 30s as well.
Okay.
I would say I'm one of the youngest people
Really?
in the share house. Well,
Okay.
I'm 22, so I'm one of the youngest people.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say I've averaged between my age and 25, 26
Okay.
is the average, I would say.
So do you have your own private space here?
Yes,
like your
yes.
room?
So you have your own room, and I share a bathroom and washing machine and a dryer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, with 3 other people. However, my neighbor, there is no one there at the moment, so just 2 other people, 2 French people actually, and very nice, very
Cool.
nice people. Yes, so yes, and we have a big kitchen and living room just down the corridor there.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
You'll have to take me on a little tour later.
Yeah. So
Maybe we can do a virtual tour.
yeah, maybe a little bit. It's a little bit dirty, I would say.
Yeah, you said the cleaners are coming
Yes,
today.
the cleaners come Mondays and Thursdays, twice a week.
Can I come? Can I live in a share house? Like, I want a cleaner to come.
Yeah, I mean they do stuff. They like refill. So for example, we don't pay toilet paper or some sanitary products like detergent,
Okay.
toilet paper, or the company pays for that.
Nice.
But I mean, we do pay like an extra fee, like a cleaning fee
Okay.
every month, which includes all these things.
Right, all right.
So,
but you don't have to go out and buy your own laundry detergent or
No.
toilet paper. And the toilet paper, you lucked out with that one.
Everyone knows about the toilet paper. But in Japan, it's not too bad, right?
It was.
It was.
We had it first, like toilet paper off the shelves. But I think people in Japan tend to be more what's the right word? Sensible or reasonable about like not
I
being...
mean, at the start, it was a bit
people
of an
aren't too-
overreaction or a panic.
And it's, I don't know, I can't say people aren't selfish, but I think the culture really lends itself to being focused on the good of the whole community over individual freedom or rights.
Yes.
And so in this coronavirus pandemic, it's actually been a good point, and how I think we've kind of come over the curve. It sounds like we have, because people stayed home when the governor asked them to.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know if it was voluntary, but I noticed that first weekend, Starbucks like closed all across the city for the whole weekend.
At the start,
which
it was quite not
severe,
strict, but people
businesses did that on their own, because I don't think the government forced them to shut down. So that really surprised me in a good way.
Well, it's just a thing where I don't really want to talk too much into coronavirus, but at the moment with Europe now, the government said people to stay in homes, but for European people, they don't really care too much. So they had to make a rule or a policy.
Right, US too.
Yes, same as Australia. This would be exactly the same. If the government tells the people to do something, they won't do it until there's some sort of strict rule involved, like a fine.
Perhaps, yeah. So I'm from Florida, a warm place as well, and they closed the beaches, all of the restaurants, all of the clubs during spring break.
Yes.
So the economy is going to be taking a big hit there, but everybody just stay home. It'll be over soon, we hope.
Yes, well, spring break is happening.
Right, we are in spring break right now. Which...
Yes, and everyone's complaining. I see news on this. They go to Florida, especially.
Yeah. And
they want to party at the beaches, and everything's closed.
This is Japanese for don't do it.
Yes, so...
Yeah. So, yeah, we're also in spring break here, but it's still really cold. So
I mean, that's just Hokkaido, really.
Yeah.
It's actually quite warm compared to
a lot of years,
previous years.
I think it has gotten a bit warmer. Have you gone and done anything now that the emergency state is lifted?
I mean, I haven't really changed much. I would go out pretty much every week, to be honest. Like drinking, karaoke. Yes. Of course, a lot of companies asked the staff to not go to, for example, nomikais, go drinking with the company, go to isolated areas like karaoke boxes.
Right, yeah, this could be a bit dangerous.
But yes, for me, as somewhat a typical Australian, I didn't really care too much. But yes, I usually work at home anyway, so I don't go out as often. Yes.
Yeah, so most of my work that was community-based, like teaching in the kindergartens or at companies, was cancelled all last month. But we started back last week, just right before the school break. Had a couple of things. Students also went back to public school here, but only for 2 hours a day. So yeah, in our family, kids were just going to school. Like 1 hour of class and a lunch break, and then bring your stuff home, And that officially ended yesterday.
Oh.
So we're on spring break.
It's an actual break.
Yes, and in Japan, spring break is the end of the school year and start of the next one. Unlike,
not America?
No, America, it depends if you're like in the north or the south. North, it's like September for school to start.
Wow,
and
September.
in the south, it's more like late August. Starts a little sooner. And so when I graduated high school, I graduated in early May. And I think in the north, maybe a couple of weeks later. And so spring break is actually, you've only been in school for, I guess, half a year. Or, no, you've been in school most of the year, and then you're going to have just a few more weeks before summer break, which is like 3 months long.
It's interesting. Australia is totally different.
How's the school year there?
You end before Christmas. You graduate before Christmas.
I had never heard that before, really.
And you start school end of January, start of February.
Okay, so you have a little bit of a long winter break.
Summer break.
Sorry, summer break. Christmas, winter is just ingrained in me. Okay.
Summer break.
Your summer break is about a month?
Quite long.
Yeah.
A month and a half.
Okay.
So
not as long as the US.
Okay. Yes.
But still probably good.
Tend to get bored, so I was talking to some other students the other day, and they're quite bored with their vacation, I would say, because they can't do much.
Right.
But it's only like a month, I would say, and our summer break is at least 1 month and a half, so yeah, I can understand.
Yeah, for sure. So you've been going about business as usual, but have you tried like studying Japanese or doing something that's more indoors?
I mean, yes, I do
this time?
try and study vocab
Okay.
every now and then. Well, I went to a Japanese language school last year, and I've graduated the JLPT, so it's the Japanese Language Proficiency Test. Yes.
Yeah.
So I
Which level?
N2. So
N2. Ooh, you beat me. I'm N3.
Oh, you can do N2 probably.
I probably can. I just haven't.
You just have to study like just a little bit, I would say, just to touch up on the reading.
Probably reading, because I'm really great with like listening and speaking. But
Yes,
the
it's-
reading, writing, and the kanji.
Same for me. So
Right.
I studied just 6 months. During that time, I was also working and stuff like that. So
Do you want to talk about your work?
next
Next
time?
time, okay.
So anyway, just going back to the share house. Do you have any questions? Maybe some of the people watching also have the same questions as you if they don't know much
Sure,
about a share house. So
Okay, so I know when you rent an apartment in Japan, you often have to pay like a lot of different fees that we don't have in the States, like key money or like, of course, a deposit in case something is damaged. Is it the same with a share house?
it's a deposit. Of course, depending on the share house, they have different company rules and stuff like that. But this share house, we just have to make a deposit of 1 month rent.
Okay.
That's it.
Can we ask about how much a month rent is?
Yes. So at the share house, it's between 25,000 yen or 25,000 yen to 4万yen, so 40,000 yen.
Okay, what's the difference in price?
Just the room size, pretty
Okay,
much.
so there are like some options.
Yes. So this downstairs, which is the second floor, is the smallest rooms, and most people walk through this corridor to get to the kitchen, so it's a little bit loud. So that's why it's cheaper.
Gotcha.
And then the third floor where I stay, and then the fourth floor are a little bit more quiet. My room is a decent size, but it has a nice view of the main road.
Okay.
So I pay a little bit extra.
I see.
Yes.
So in Japan, people measure things by a tatami mat size.
Yes.
Right? So is that like how big?
It's the same. I don't remember.
Nanjo? How many mats is your space?
It's like 8 or something. 8.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say 8 is probably a small room in a like bedroom in America.
Yes.
Big enough to probably have like a single or maybe even a twin bed, but
Yes, so
Like
I
a-
just have a single bed.
Yeah.
I have a computer set up, a closet, and areas to put like a futon if someone else is staying over.
okay. And are there any rules about having guests? I mean, it's not like a
Yes.
hotel.
So of course our share house has a line group, a chat group, and if you're inviting someone, you usually just send a message saying, "Oh, our friend is coming over. Don't worry, it's not a stranger."
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So like courtesy to let your fellow room share people know that somebody's going to be here for how long?
Here, yes. There's been many times where friends have crashed over for a night or 2 nights. Yes, in someone's house or even just a living room here because it's quite big.
Okay.
So there's no big policies on that.
Okay.
But it's only when the other share mates don't like what you're doing, and then they will talk to the company or they'll talk to you, and then that will become a bit of a problem.
Okay.
But it
has
hasn't
it
happened. No,
It hasn't.
no.
Okay. That's good.
No.
That's good. So I had a question. Do you have like a lease as far as like contract?
Yes, so you have to. I mean, this share house is usually quite chill. I would say, like, you don't need a specific 6-month contract or a year, 2-year contract. You can live here for 1 month minimum,
Okay.
and that's fine. It's just you have to put that deposit in.
Right.
Yes.
So it's not going to be worth it to only
No,
spend 2 months of rent for 1
but
month.
if someone's staying here for just 3 months, it's very good to
Pretty
stay in
good
a share
value.
house. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that price is kind of shockingly amazing to me. Like, you don't hear of places that cheap.
But of course you need to include like the cleaning bill, which is like 4,000 yen.
Oh, okay.
And
per
then,
month.
yes, and then all the other extras, which is like the electric, gas, water.
Oh, do you pay those separately per
Yeah,
your
so
room, or
It's actually shared, so
okay,
this is something where
it
some-
changes month to month?
changes month to month. Of course, during the winter time, it's a lot more expensive.
Yeah, if you're in Hokkaido, you should be aware that your heating bill is gonna be like astronomical depending
Yeah.
on how you do it. And if you're sharing with people you can't control,
Yes.
do you have heaters individually in your space?
Yes.
Or so you can kind of control your room temperature?
Yes.
It's not central.
Of course, we tell to everyone when they're not in the room, don't use the gas. Yes.
Right.
Don't leave it on 24/7. So yes, during the winter time, it goes up about 1,000,000 yen, 10,000 yen just for gas.
Right, this is close to like $100
Yes.
for a one room situation. So in my house, which we have like office and 3 bedrooms, one is a music room. But yeah, our all electric bill, which we have a separate one just for the heating, it's like 3 times that,
Ooh.
or even more, like 3 or 4 times that. But we have central heating, and so we can't really turn it off because you have to keep the house like a pretty even temperature, or
Right.
it damages things. So just be aware, if you're coming to Hokkaido to live, you need to budget extra money for your winter heating expenses. Even if you rent a space in a community center to do like a class, that's an extra fee in the winter, is like your heating cost. It might just be a few hundred yen or a couple thousand yen depending on how much you're using the space. But if you're going to teach English and rent like a space for classes, you should probably be aware that that's an extra cost in
Yeah,
most
definitely.
cases.
Just what the tip is, just to come to Hokkaido during summer, really.
Yeah,
If
totally.
If you're here for 6 months
goes
on
down.
an exchange or traveling for a little bit longer,
Yeah.
just come during summertime.
Summer here
It's
is
cheaper.
incredible. It's
Yeah.
definitely going to be cheaper because of the heating cost. It's not going to be an issue. And it's also air conditioning. Like I think a lot of places now do have air conditioning, but
A lot of places in Japan don't have.
Especially Hokkaido, because it is so cool in the summer. We do have some air conditioners in our home.
Okay.
But that's just because we're lucky. But a lot of places, like I don't think our neighbors do.
No, and last year, how was it? Like, last year it was a little bit hot for maybe up to a month, maybe not that long.
Yeah.
During that time, of course, I have a fan in my room, so
electric
I would
fan.
I would use a fan. But
You can
other
get
than
by,
that,
and if you can open your windows at night, it's like super kimochi, like really great to sleep with open windows here in the summertime. I guess it depends on what you want to do activity-wise. Like if you're into nature and outdoors and hiking, summer's going to be amazing. Anything's fine in summer. But if you are wanting to do winter sports like skiing, up in the mountains, I guess the season's a little longer than like what we're seeing. The roads are already melted here, but do you do?
Yes.
Yeah, of course, because you like worked at Kiroro.
Yes.
What's your favorite? Skiing or snowboarding? Or
skiing? Yes. I don't know. I just got into skiing first.
When did you learn?
When I first came to Japan. So.
When you were a kid?
No.
Okay.
November 20. When was it?
This last year?
2018.
2018. Okay.
Yes. 2018. November 2018.
Year and a little bit. Year
So
and change.
that's when. Oh, November 2017.
2 years and change.
What's 2020, right?
It's 2020.
2 years. November 2017. Jeez, I'm already been here for 2.5 years nearly.
Nearly. Wow.
Yes.
And you didn't ski before that?
Nope.
Okay. Are you good?
Yeah. I've done a little bit of backcountry before.
Okay.
Yes, I like going through the trees and stuff when I'm skiing. I just want to do things that snowboarders can do,
Okay.
just while I'm on skis. I don't know. At the time, most of my friends were snowboarders, and I didn't want to copy them.
I see.
So I just chose skiing, and that's how it started.
Gotcha.
I did snowboarding a few times, but it is really hard to get into. I would say if you only have a few days, I do recommend going skiing first. It is easier to get into.
I have never snowboarded, and I didn't learn to ski until winter last year.
Really?
Okay, well, that's not completely true. I learned how to ski as far as the
when you were really
basic.
Young?
No. Okay, so I was born in Indiana, which we do have snow and like lots of hills, but the mountains are a bit far away.
Okay.
So I never had the opportunity to go skiing when I lived there. And then I moved to Florida when I was like 8. And it's flat as a pancake and never snows. So just no opportunities. And then I came here in the fall, and that first winter just really didn't try to go or anything.
Okay.
And then people, as they heard, like, oh, you've never been skiing, we should totally go.
There was no opportunity?
Where?
With
this is
friends?
the thing. People would always invite me in the summertime. And then winter comes around, and like
And no one
nobody
invites
wants
you?
to take a newbie on the slopes to teach them. And, you know, like it's expensive to get lift tickets, and it's kind of wasting a day, I think. So, or maybe...
But back in the day... Yeah, back in the day it was not as bad, no? Like, it's a bit cheaper, no?
I don't know, like I didn't go. But I did a video project about 7 years ago. There was this contest for the beauty of Hokkaido, and my friend was like, oh, Delaina, you should totally do a video. And so my partner and I got this idea, as one of the judges was one of the guys from the Suyodo Desho program. Not Oizumi, but the other guy. And we're like, oh, let's do a parody of this program, since the judge was connected to it. And so he was the director, and I'm just like, oh, we're in Hokkaido. We're gonna go skiing like every slope in Sapporo in one day was the video's objective. It took us 3 days. But I went to every slope, and I skied on mini skis, those like cheap plastic things you strap to your boots.
Wow,
And
why?
regular skis, just as a gimmick.
Okay.
The mini skis did not work hardly at all.
Don't think so.
But I only went as far as I could climb up on my own power at the bottom of the slope. And I finally like slid down at the last one at Banke.
Oh, yeah.
I finally actually managed to not fall down one time. So I learned how to like stand up and like the hanoji, like the
Pizza, we call it
pizza. Yeah. So I was on the Have Fun in Hokkaido program for Chitose Airport last winter. We went to Niseko, and I learned how to ski with a proper instructor from Norway, I think. Yeah, he was so kind. Taught me about the pizza wedge, and his style was great as far as being really encouraging, like, let's have fun, you're doing a great job. I find Japanese style often is more like the, no, that's wrong, don't do that. Like, different kind of motivation. Not the carrot, it's the stick. I do better with the carrot kind of motivation. So I had a really fun time.
That's good.
Skiing. I only fell down once on camera, and then 2 more times after we stopped filming and just went down for a last run.
Sounds like a good experience compared to mine.
Really? How so?
Yes. I went with my friends and we went on the lift. As usual, when you're the first time, when you get off the lift, you crash.
I had help.
Oh, nice. And then we went on to a red course, an intermediate course.
Okay,
And
for your first time?
Yep. And Shinya, go. Boom, just go. Shoom. And I did watch YouTube videos.
Okay.
Before, and they talked about the pizza shape. So I tried doing it, but it didn't work. So the only way to break is to fall over.
Yeah.
Yes, but at the time there was lots of snow, so it was not.
Okay,
it didn't
not so
hurt
bad.
at all. But on the first day, I managed to do the pizza shape and turn and stuff, doing the pizza. So
Nice.
I think I'm quite good at adapting or getting the hang of things very quickly.
Sure.
So on the first day, it was really, really good. And then after a few weeks or a month of skiing on my days off, I could do skis together. Parallel.
Skis, yeah.
Yes.
I did that on that day that I
Oh,
filmed.
really?
Yeah, so I think I did really well, actually.
Okay.
Like, I felt I want to come back to Sapporo and find like a cheap ski school or some way to keep up with it and get the muscle memory, but it just fell by the wayside. So
You can go with your boys now.
yeah, actually, kids in Japan, at least in Sapporo, learn to ski in elementary school. So
Oh, so have they already gone?
well, this is the thing. We had that big earthquake last summer, was it?
Yep.
Yeah, and so my neighborhood was really, really disrupted, and my children's elementary school, the ground is still unusable because they're repairing it after the earthquake cracked.
Wow.
So if you saw pictures of like the sinkhole kind of things, like that's really close to my house. And my house actually is even now tilted about 6 centimeters on the entry side. And so
wow.
like all the doors shut or open of their own accord still. It's still livable, and we're going to try to repair it when we can get the materials, because there are worse places that have to be taken care of first. But yeah, so that's kind of a problem. Normally the younger grades learn to ski on the slope in the schoolyard. And then when you get up into the upper, like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, you go on your field trips to a proper ski slope. So yeah, my older son has done that, but the youngest, I don't. I think they maybe did go to the neighboring school, but I'm not sure he really had a chance.
Okay.
Because it was just this one season.
Yes.
So
yes.
Anyway, I would love to become a skier. So if you want to maybe encourage me to go out this
yeah, I can
next
encourage you,
season,
but I
or-
don't think I'm a good teacher.
Well, I'm a fast adapter, so I don't know I need a lot of, yeah, I need teaching, but I just need someone to be with me because I don't want to go by myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, so
Back to
why don't we move into our Japanese segment? Have you
Okay.
come up with anything good lately?
ooh,
Interesting phrases,
interesting phrases.
Hokkaido ben or otherwise?
I mean, the word for coronavirus.
Oh, okay. What is that?
Corona.
Corona?
Virus. So
Virus.
virus.
Virus and virus. Yeah.
I think it's copied similar. Must be to a European language. The virus. They don't say virus in European languages, so maybe it's from a European language where they got the we.
I know.
So-
I always assumed it was straight from English because V is we. Well, sometimes it's a we sound and sometimes it's a we.
Not a ba.
But yeah, so I don't know how virus became virus,
Yes.
but let's practice it. Ready? Virus.
Virus.
What about vaccine?
Even I forgot this one.
Vaccine.
Ah, yeah.
Vaccine. Is it va or va? Va.
Va.
Wa. It's vaccine. Vaccine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Vaccine.
Vaccine. Which I thought was a completely different word when I first heard that. So, yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Now, you said you were raised here in Japan when you were a kid, right?
Until I was
Like
4.
Do you have the
Yes,
BC,
I do.
What
Yes.
is BCG?
BCG?
Tuberculosis vaccine. BCG.
Yes, I have it.
Yeah.
It's same as your kids?
Yes, they have it.
Do they have, what do they have? Just the one big one?
It's like, I think 2, maybe like little
Because
squares.
back, I think before 2000 and something, they used to do 9 and 9.
Yeah,
It
I
was
think.
like small ones. So I still have it. You can see it. There's 18 dots here.
18 dots. I think my kids might have. My older son, maybe.
But my sister doesn't have. I think my sister got a big one. I think.
Really?
They said it was. I don't know. I don't
I
know
don't
if it's
know.
been changed or.
I can't remember exactly. I just remember asking them, like, do you have to do it? Because I see the scars on adults, and I don't know, living in Florida where people go to the beach all the time, and it's like kind
I
of.
mean, it's not a big deal, really. Like.
But
it's
for me,
not-
I was just like, man, I didn't like the idea of
There's
it.
no- there
but they
hasn't been any-
insisted it had to be in that place so they could tell that it had been done.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't do it on the backside or
Everyone
something.
has it on the left arm.
Yeah.
Yes.
However, I was told with my second child that we didn't have to do it, and if my children went to the States for university, we'd have to make sure to have a letter saying that they had the vaccine because they would test positive for tuberculosis with a blood test due to the vaccine's effect and end up in quarantine or something unnecessarily. So that is...
I don't think there's a big deal if...
maybe not, but something to be aware of. However, did you read about that the tuberculosis vaccine maybe is having an effect on coronavirus not being so severe for people here?
Interesting.
I read an article about that. We don't really know yet. And it doesn't help me. I don't have that vaccine, but anyway, it could be something they're going to keep looking into.
My face is really red.
Little bit, maybe. Why is your face red?
It's just hot.
Is it hot? Okay. Yeah, it's comfortable, I think, in here. So.
Yeah. Wow, that's a good thing. I wouldn't see why you wouldn't get it.
Wouldn't get
the BCG.
Me?
Oh, just kids in general.
Kids.
Why the parents would decide not to get it.
I think.
Well, I'm not really down for like. I don't believe in vaccines, or there's some people like this, but
I'm all for freedom to choose. But when I was a kid, going into school, they had like the form to fill out all the vaccines that you had, and there were not enough spaces on that form for all the vaccines I had as a kid. So I don't know if it was good or bad, but
yeah.
Anyway, I think if a lot of my friends whose kids are maybe going to go back to the States to live, they decide maybe not to do it. That one because it's not done in the US. But anyway,
yes,
they got things really well organized here for medicine and the vaccines and stuff.
Okay.
So take advantage of that if you will while you're here.
yes. Back to the share house topic.
Yes.
For a little bit. So I think I can list a few positives and negatives. So the difference is in Australia, or just Australia, because that's the only experience I know about share houses. The difference in Australia and Japan, of course, lots of share houses are owned by different companies or individual owners as well, and it just depends if they look after the building. So this building is quite old.
Okay.
And the company that runs this share house borrows the building from the owner. So the company still has to pay the owner as well. So the owner doesn't run anything to do with the share house. The company looks for owners to borrow their building.
Rent the building?
Rent the building in a way,
Okay.
yes. It's an old building, so it still needs to be quite taken care of, I would say. But the company, does stuff, but they could do a lot more things for this building, I would say. Of course, positive thing is language exchange. All the Japanese people, so there's about half Japanese, half foreigners that live here, and there's about 18 people that live here. So there's 23 rooms, I think, and there's about 18 people. So there's still five rooms open. Language exchange. So all the Japanese people are trying to study English, and all the foreigners are studying Japanese. So it's very convenient.
Sure.
Most of the foreigners are studying as an exchange student, or we say ryugakusei, studying at a Japanese language school. Second thing is the availability. Like if you're going somewhere and you can't find an apartment, usually a lot of share houses are open to find if you're there for 3 months, if you're there for a year. I've been living here for nearly a year, so it's been good. Specifically at this share house, the place is very good. It is 20 minutes walk from Susukino, 30 minutes walk from Odori. It's between 2 train lines, 10 minutes both ways by walk, so you can catch these train lines. You can catch a bus straight to the airport from here. It is very close to a supermarket.
Nice.
And yes, very close to the city as well. So during the summer, I would just ride my bike to the city and it'll take me 10-15 minutes. So it is very, very convenient.
Yeah, this is a nice location, I think.
Yeah, in the location.
Yeah, so I live in a house, but I'm on the outskirts of Sapporo, and I drive everywhere because there are no stations as far as trains or subways in my district, and not even just in my area, in my district, there are no subways or train stations. And also, there is a bus that stops conveniently, but if I take the bus, it's at least a 20-minute ride to the closest subway, which is the end of the line, which is another 30 minutes into town, and if I need to switch lines, then it takes me like 3 times as long to take public transportation as to drive. However, there's an airport liner very, very close to my home.
Oh, really?
It takes like 45 minutes straight to Chitose, and only 2 stops between like where I am and going there.
Wow.
So I often take the bus, especially when I go filming for the airport or have to do recordings there.
Yeah. It's really convenient from your house. Of course, like from here, you can just catch the train and then catch the JR to the airport. And then we also have the bus here, so it's sort of up to you. If you have less time, I would say catch the train, and if you have a little bit more time, just catch the bus.
Right, buses are a little more variable, of course, because of weather conditions and traffic, compared to trains and subways, which don't have those issues so much. So that can work out, but the train's more expensive, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
bus is
so
always cheaper.
I love taking the bus, especially the Hokkaido Kotsu liner is really nice, and yours truly does the announcements for that. So I love hearing my voice on there and feeling so useful.
Yeah.
But I was getting excited. I did a narration for Chitose Airport's terminal and the company that runs that for the last 50 years. It's like the 50th anniversary this year, I believe. And the cool thing is like having the JR train station directly into the airport. Support, like Hokkaido is the first place to do that in Japan.
Oh, really?
And maybe like even more broadly across the world. So there's a lot of innovation to our airport in Chitose. Also having like a spa there.
I didn't know that.
You didn't? Okay, these are kind of new things with the international terminal developing, and they keep adding more and more, but they've got a like kids theme park, the Doraemon theme park inside the airport. So you can like play there with your kids. Not right now. Corona is probably closed, but they've got like a comic place where you can see original artwork and even like do crafts and projects. They have I think it's Royce Chocolate Factory inside the airport. You can watch like the robots and people doing the handmade dipped chocolates and stuff. And of course buy them. They have another Miku, Hatsune Miku.
I don't know. Is that the character?
Vocaloid character with like the blue pigtails.
I'm not really into that.
I'm not into it either, but she is from Hokkaido. That Vocaloid character. My dad in the States, he's like, "Can you get me her signature?" I was like, "You realize she's not real, right?" But anyway, they have like a virtual reality kind of stage thing that I passed by the other day when I was working there. And there's a theater, so you can go watch a movie if you have downtime. I think they have 3 screens, and it's smaller, so it's limited selection. But also the spa and places to get like massages. Lots of restaurants. Great food there, from cheap to more expensive options. So yeah, like I love to go hang out at the airport. And my favorite thing to do, you cannot do right now.
It's weird because I'm not. If you go to the airport, you're not there to hang out. It's more.
Well, because I live closer. I live close enough to like, hey, you want to go do something? It's too cold to be outside.
You go to the airport to catch a flight, no.
Well, but you could go to Chitose Airport to have a good time as well, like because it's really awesome. So yeah, my family sometimes will just go and watch the planes and like walk around and sample food. It's all closed down right now because of Corona, but normally you can walk through the sampling section and they've got like these great cheesecakes. And like the corn chocolates or all of the like different confectionaries.
I'm getting fat already.
Sometimes you can even like ikura, like salmon roe or different kinds of seafood. And normally like, you know, I just kind of walk around and often do live broadcasts on Facebook while I'm doing this. I do see that. Yeah. It's kind of my hobby. Even if I'm on a diet, I'll still go eat all the sweet stuff as I walk around. And I do buy stuff. Especially when I travel, so I'm not just being a freeloader. But I got yelled at when I was there like a couple months ago. They had like 3 different kinds of new corn chocolate.
For being foreigner, because foreigners like free stuff.
I think it was. I felt like it was a Chinese lady working the samples because of the way she spoke.
Okay.
The accent to her English, and it wasn't really native. And I don't want to be like judgmental, but just the clues. It did not seem to be just a Japanese.
She yelled at you because?
Because I took a sample, and then I was gonna try the other two because they were completely different. I'd never had them. I was actually thinking of buying it, and I had already purchased something from another store. But she was just like, these are not. I don't remember what she said. She's like, you have to buy or like.
So it's not sample?
They are samples.
So
I think she was yelling at
understand.
me because I was a foreigner. Maybe I felt discriminated against. And I showed her. I was like, I just purchased. She's like, well, that's not our store. And I was just like, well, I guess I'm not going to buy anything from your store now. And it was super busy that day.
Interesting.
But I've never really had that experience before, so that was kind of odd. So I don't want to give a bad impression. Like, that probably will not happen to you here. And if it does, just blow it off because it's not the norm. People are usually super friendly. Like, please try. And they'll even watch you try the same sample, like, across the way. And they'll still be like, here you go.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So, yes.
All right,
And then just a negative thing when you just, not just a share house, but just a house in general. I picked a room with a nice view, good lighting. However, if you're doing a night job, this is horrible. This room. It's
Really?
so bright inside. In summertime in Hokkaido, sunrise is like 4 a.m. So it's horrible. It's so bright in my room.
You don't have blackout curtains?
No, just normal curtains.
That's your.
It
doesn't have to be
need that.
you need blackout curtains.
And of course, it's the main road, so it's noisy. I don't understand Japanese culture in a way where police cars, fire trucks, ambulances use their sirens 2:30 in the morning when there's nobody outside.
They do?
Yeah.
Must be a downtown thing. I've never experienced that.
But
However,
of course, because this is the main road, so they always go through here.
Yeah.
But there's no one outside, and then they're using their sirens.
Well, if they're, especially ambulances, just, taking people to emergency care. Maybe.
I understand that, but if there's nobody there, is it necessary?
If it's a rule, it's a rule.
It's crazy.
Something that did throw me, I've noticed the police here will drive with their lights on without the siren noise.
But that's normal.
Not in the US.
Oh.
If you see the lights, you're like, okay, who's getting pulled over? And so that really freaks me out so many times.
Funny.
I'm just
It's funny because
they might be driving right behind
Americans
you.
think that if you see the lights from a police car, it means someone's getting pulled over. But in Australia, it just means move out of the way. Until they chuck the sirens on and then put the sound on.
But here it doesn't even seem to mean move out of the way. It's like just controlling the traffic speed because they go under the speed limit, but you don't want to go faster than the police cars. So it's like, okay, great. Next few miles, I'm just driving under the speed limit with everybody else. But yeah, so that was interesting. By the way, I brought you something.
Oh, thank you. Avocados.
Yes.
Avos. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm drinking my avocado, spinach, celery, and mitsuna green smoothie.
Yesterday I ate 2 avocados on its own because I didn't have any bread. So.
Oh yeah.
So
I actually was like.
I'll go shopping today.
Nice. So I have some avocado toast. And if you're wondering about my hair color and why I decided to dye it, I did not. It's wax.
Oh really?
Yes. And I brought you this. If you would like to try.
For me?
Yes, for you.
I'm not. I don't like.
You don't like to do crazy things with your hair?
No.
No. Okay, thank you very much.
So this is not my natural hair.
It's
a little bit lighter. I mean, it's
natural hair. It's not natural hair color.
Hair color. Sorry. Hair color. It's more dark brown.
Oh
but
yeah.
I changed it to like a mid to light brown. I'm not sure if you can see it from the camera, but. That's the first time I did it. It's like, oh my god, it's like crazy, but it's
so normal.
Blue and red is like, I'm good.
And purple.
And
But it washes out.
So you put it on, and how long does it last in your hair?
Until you wash it out.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. Like I did this morning before I came, so I probably will wash it tonight, or I might like tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe like when it's a crazy time, probably when I'll put it on because it just washes out. But
Yeah, it totally washes out. So
not when I'm.
this is a Japanese brand.
Not when I'm teaching.
I'll
do it on a day off someday, maybe.
Yeah, so in Japan, even like having your hair colored a natural color like this for teachers is really frowned upon. Female teachers, like no nail polish if you're teaching a kindergarten. As a foreign, just English teacher at a preschool, I don't really have those kind of restraints because it's private. I could go to work like this if I want to. They might not want me to, but I do. But yeah, you do have to be aware of like social standards, especially if you look Asian or you are Japanese. I think you're gonna be expected to conform more with the hair color, like black.
So my friend has natural brown hair color, but she was told to dye her hair black.
Yeah. A lot of students in the schools, like junior high, high school, are also required, depending on the school's restrictions, to like dye their hair black, even if that's not their natural hair color.
Yeah.
I don't think my son is gonna have an issue. His hair is about that color naturally.
Okay.
Like kind of dark brown. It's not black. So
okay.
I don't think it's going to be an issue, but happy to see a lot of the schools are changing their policy just now where girls can choose to wear the skirt or slacks.
Took a while, geez.
Yeah, like really took a long time, but
crazy.
It is changing. There are still some places that have not adopted this. But the uniform, oh my goodness, my son is going into junior high, middle school U.S. English. And the uniform was about
Expensive?
Yeah, like almost 6万円.
Wow.
Like almost $600, and that was just for the winter uniform. We haven't even bought the summer parts, which are probably just a little bit of extra stuff.
But that's 2 pairs or something?
No, it's like 1 pair of slacks, 1 blazer, jersey for sports, the like white collared shirt, indoor shoes. They had to be specific indoor shoes. I don't know if that even includes like a school bag. I think that's something you have to do on your own. And it's like just a public school, so there's not an option. It's not like we chose a private school.
No.
So I was a little shocked.
I'm lucky. When I was in high school, it was just a polo shirt and some shorts.
Okay, but you had like a uniform.
Yes, yes.
We didn't. We just had to like shorts had to be at least to your fingertips. In Florida.
It's quite short.
Yeah, at least past your fingertips, and nothing super too revealing. But we could have colored hair. In high school.
I mean, we could have colored hair, but not crazy colors.
Oh, you could have any color. It could be green, orange, purple, red. Then, but I think they've gotten a little more strict since then. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
the
anyway,
other way around.
The other way around, yeah. Things keep changing. Well, thank you once again for having a great program.
Yes.
This is Anything Goes Hokkaido. We are excited to bring you
they started the cleaning. So.
good content, great timing. The cleaners just showed up. So this episode is all about share house living. If you have questions about what it's like to live in a share house, please send them to us. anythinggoeshokkaido@gmail.com. Instagram is also Anything Goes Hokkaido. Could be AG Hokkaido if the change went through.
Changes, yes.
Facebook is also Anything Goes Hokkaido podcast.